Hey, there's no shame in trying things that people ain't never tried before.
We all want to be happy, and we don't want to be unhappy. So, how do we make ourselves happy, and how do we dodge unhappiness? Well, you can't force happiness, and you can't force unhappiness away. Stoicism's popular right now, but that's muscling your way through the happiness sadness cycle, and it doesn't work. Things will affect you. You can't muscle yourself against nature, not forever. And the more you struggle, the worse it gets. So, first, understand happiness and sadness are cyclical. You can't muscle them, but you can encourage happiness and discourage unhappiness. Imagine your life as a room, which according to my analytics, one room probably is your life, so good head start. Happiness is the breeze. Opening your window is encouraging happiness. You can't be happy if you're unavailable, if you aren't open to being happy. And you open that window, you make yourself available by being righteous. I can't tell you exactly what that is for you, it differs person to person, but for me, it's fun exercise, it's writing, it's making videos, it's doing the things I feel I'm here to do. The reasons you're alive, the things you're alive to do, your purpose. Drinking, jerking off, watching anime, all three together, after writing and running and all that other jazz. That's encouraging happiness. That's righteousness. That's opening your window for the breeze. Boys, if you play your part, you will be rewarded. Anime God can't give you breeze if your window's closed. And really, it's not breeze, it is Anime God blowing through your window ASMR. You're laying in bed, it's nighttime, your window's open, the salty sea breeze is coming in, you're comfortable, you're ooh-woo. And then there's this loud resonance in the universe. The ASMR ear licking has begun. And then you, oh whoa, that's what happiness is. That's allowing happiness in your life, boys. But when the ear licking stops, when you go from ooh woo and oh whoa to dash, remember, that's not bad. The breeze isn't gone forever. It's just not blowing right now. Your ears just aren't being licked at the moment. As long as your window's open, it'll come back. It'll come back around. Don't force it. You can't force it. It's a symbiotic contract. Now, part 2 is unhappiness, sadness, discouraging unhappiness. Well, you stink. You smell terrible. You haven't showered in a while. And that stink attracts more than just potential partners. This ghost comes in. She's like, and then she smells you. She goes, and she feeds on that. She feeds on that stink. And that ghost is unhappiness. And your stink are the things that invite unhappiness in and make it loiter around and not go away. As long as you stink, unhappiness won't leave. You gotta clean it up, you gotta get it out of there. Dissipate it. And to do that, though I bashed Stoics, you need to muscle this a little bit. You can't muscle unhappiness away, but you can scramble and dissipate the reasons it's hanging around. But what are your stinks, your unhappiness attractors, and how do you get rid of them? Well, that's more you specific, like opening your window, and like everything else. Really, I can't tell you about you, boys, but I can talk about me. Some of my stinks, why they're tough to dissipate, and how I dissipate them anyways. Even though they come back, but that's natural. When you're a mad lad running circles in your room, working up a big old sweat, of course you're gonna be a little stinky. Boys, it's just showering. That's all it takes. So, stink 1, or the primary stink, the underlying stink. I have a big brain. Boys, I'm an intellectual. I'm always running numbers, always thinking, preparing. 80% of my brain capacity at any moment is thinking about something or someone, gathering evidence, putting it together, drawing conclusions, preparing, thinking, modeling. What is this person? What is this thing? Why is it this thing? What does it mean to be this thing? How do I deal with it? How do other people deal with it? Do these hypotheses hold up? And if they do, what does that mean? What can I do? Should I do anything? And if I should do something and can't, what do I do then? Now, thinking, analyzing and preparing are helpful, but they overwhelm me. Especially when I take on something I'm powerless against, powerless to change. Like academia, for instance. I think it's bad. I don't need to spend 3 months modeling why it's bad, testing why it's bad, and gathering evidence to prove it's bad. I know it's bad. Dwelling on it so much, refining your model so sharply, while being completely unable to change it as an individual, it just drives you insane. It doesn't help you. It helps nobody. Imagine a forest fucks your wife. You walk in and the trees, it's just nut everywhere. It's disgusting. It's despicable. You feel bad and you go, oh, that's fucked up. Is it healthier to spend the next 30 years collecting evidence on why that forest is terrible and demonstrating and warning other people that this forest is terrible? They already know. You already know. It's obvious. The forest is a brolic thing. It's a wife fucker. That forest, golly, that stinky tree. It's terrible. You know that. But is it better to, in one moment, you have your conclusion and move on? Or to just keep dwelling, unable to change anything? You have no axe. You're barehanded. The forest is alive. It is fucking other people's wives also. But you can't change anything. So why worry about it? Why dedicate your brain power to making yourself more miserable when you could point it elsewhere? It's just generating stink. Another example. My father and I didn't get along. He's one of the people who helped me learn that humans are unreasonable, aren't inherently logical, and expecting them to be, and especially feeling entitled to their being logical, is just not good. Especially the feeling entitled to their being logical. To generate a little stink here, someone who expects you to listen to everything they have to say and expects everyone to listen to everything they have to say and that they are reasonable and that everyone must be reasonable is someone who hasn't been punched. Learning that there isn't one common truth to work together towards and that the people who expect you to be logical will themselves be illogical and unreasonable towards you makes disregarding people much easier. And disregarding people is part of dissipating that stink. So sometimes you gotta fight stink with stink, boys. And just to generate a little more stink. Golly, it's so invigorating, isn't it? The people who expect you to be illogical and expect you not to punch them are the same people who not just will be illogical and unreasonable, but will also punch you first. They are wildly hypocritical. Just like I'm being right now, you see. It's hard to stop stinking, and very easy to drive yourself into a stink pit for the sniffy ghost. Unhappiness, her name. So how do you stop this? Because it is so invigorating. It's addictive. Seeing threatening things, institutions, people, ideas, makes you want to analyze them and develop your own countermeasures. But developing your countermeasures is only good to a point. How do you stop? Well, just like opening your window and all else before, I can't tell you about you, just me. I have to force myself out of it. If I catch myself going into one of these spirals of building weapons and analyzing enemy weapons, that's what I'm thinking about for the next 3 days. So I have to stop it immediately and find something else to do. whether that be getting some sick squats in. You want to feel really good, my guy? Squat heavy weights. I'm not joking, just a couple sets of heavy squats. It's like a good feeling injection. Or, better yet, even better, you really want to commune with God. Do some sick squats, then watch anime. Read some Japanese cartoons. Play games, do something. One of my other stink generators is worrying about problems I can't anticipate, like getting a parking ticket or a speeding ticket or something. Or the work I need to do and should be doing, or that I could have in the future but don't yet. And I can't enjoy myself until all that is handled, even though I can't handle it now because it hasn't even, Jesus Christ, happened yet. In those situations, with problems or work, or the threat of problems or work, God forbid, I'd hate to work, I can't enjoy myself, or I don't feel like I'm allowed to enjoy myself, to play games, or to read something I want to read, or write something. In those situations, I indulge, or I have to make myself indulge. Force myself not to do the work or to worry about the problem, worrying, and just play the game, or read the thing, or jerk off to the cute 2D girl. And in doing this, by taking the joy in spite of the worry, by not allowing worry to separate me from joy, two things happen. One, the joy doesn't feel like such a prize now that I know I can have it whenever I want. 3 hours doing nothing in Skyrim feels more empty and sad than rewarding. Not that all joy is depressing, just that when I'm most inundated with work is when I most want the most useless, quotes, pleasures. And the second thing that happens, number two, is after this joy's value decreases, because I can have it whenever and it's not all that great, is the work seems less terrible for being the thing separating me from the joy, because it's not separating me from anything valuable, so fuck it, shrug at it all, boys, just get it all done. So those are my two strategies for my two problems. When my big, gigantic, huge supercomputer brain starts tearing unreasonable, illogical, awful people apart with reason and facts, and it just gets dangerous, I just throw it a bone. I go do squats and I look at anime girls. And when I'm babbled down with work, and I think that this thing is keeping me from everything I want. I go get what I want, which is squats and anime girls, and then I realize, hey, it wasn't all that great. The work, it's fine. Anime girls are God, though. I used to Skyrim. You get what I mean. But those are just my two examples. Remember, we're trying to dissipate stink, to keep unhappiness, the sniffy girl ghost, away, so that we can leave our windows open for 2D anime God to ASMR blow in our windows and make us happy. Give us reasons to live. So, in summary, to be happy, open your window, be righteous, and let happiness happen, and when it stops happening, don't worry because it'll be back. Same with unhappiness. You're naturally stinky, or stinky boy, but shower, scramble that stink, make it go away. Don't give Sniffy Girl Ghost a reason to show up. She will show up anyways, sometimes she won't, whether she's there or not, just like happiness, just like ASMR, ear blow breathing. Coming and going is natural. Encourage what you want, discourage what you don't. But that about rippity wraps this one up. I hope you enjoyed watching, because I certainly enjoyed making it. Like if you enjoyed, because that helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't, because we do this shit sometimes. And comment your thoughts, because I love hearing from you. Do you want some more ASMR Skimmerlit sniffing the microphone? I cut this recording up into 2 pieces. I don't know why. I mean, I'll do it again now, just for you boys. It makes me have to blow my nose, because I always feel like I'm inhaling cancer. That's just for you. That's just for you. Comment your own sniffs in the comments. Or something. I forgot what I was going to ask. I don't know. Write something. But thanks again for watching. We have a lot of fun on this channel. So much fun, in fact. I have a sock that I cover my my computer case is light with because it's really bright and I can't make it go away, so I just put a sock over it. That sock is rather large because it's been drooping for so long, and we'll fill our fun with it. Or we'll fill it with fun. And that's how much fun we have on this channel, boys, and I look forward to doing this with you guys again in the future.